Gogol Bordello, like that beat, the relentlessness of the beat comes straight up from techno. So I kind of wanted to bring up all those elements, bring the electronics, because we've been doing it for years. It's always been there. What's happening in show business? You know, it's kind of a more full picture, panoramic vision of Gogol Bordello on this record. Yeah.
Whoosh.
I'm Jill Riley. You're watching The Current. It's time for Gogol Bordello.
Yeah, here we go. First one is called Ignition from the new record. A song about lifelong friendships being the hardest currency there is. I know, oh, what a place to meet. I'm laying frozen on a back seat, but your hand is on the wheel, and that's all I need. And that's a feeling that we call alright. And that's a feeling that's gonna last all night. And that's a feeling that's gonna last all day. Often comes to pull you out of a fray. Hear the systems on both sides of the ocean couldn't break our value of devotion, couldn't poison our heart with competition. It is you I ask to handle the ignition. That we can go. Your place is on a wheel, it already knows. Angelic faces of a fallen upstarts, smuggling friendship like forbidden lost arts. And that's a feeling that we call alright. And that's a feeling that's gonna last all night. And that's a feeling that's gonna last all day. When nothing comes to pull you out of the fray. Hear the system, both sides of the ocean couldn't break our heart. The value of devotion couldn't poison our hearts with competition. It is you I ask to handle the ignition. There were times lights of big cities were still ahead, and other legends happened way before we met. There will be times like now where we lick each other's scars, and there will be the times we'll disappear like morning stars. Yeah, hear the systems on both sides of the ocean couldn't break our heart. The value of devotion couldn't poison our hearts with competition. It is you I ask to handle the ignition. that's a feeling that's gonna last all night. And that's a feeling that we call alright. And that's a feeling that's gonna last all night. Alright. Welcome to the Gypsy Punk Rave.
Hi, I'm Jill Riley, and this is The Current, and I am in the studio with the band Gogol Bordello. And so I've got Sarah J here, I've got Erica and Pedro and Eugene. Welcome to The Current.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wonderful. Well, as I was listening to the new record, We Mean It, Man, the last track of the album, you mentioned Joy Division.
Yeah.
So, and certainly
My favorite band.
my eyes landed on the name Bernard Sumner
Yeah.
as the last track is called Solidarity.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to dig into what you had done with this because I guess I saw the track and I know just a little bit of the story of, Polish trade union solidarity.
Right.
And so that really piqued my interest. And then seeing Bernard Sumner of New Order being part of that. And I wonder if you could talk about what you did with that song, like what the origin was and how that really kind of led to this evolution of Gogol Bordello.
Yeah, actually, that is a pretty good story. It illustrates the evolvement of the sound, and it's a kind of a backstory of this album, actually, because this collaboration, which was incredibly meaningful for me, because Bernard Sumner is, really a visionary of art punk, and Joy Division is the very motor of art punk. And that was the band that actually made me want to, pick up instruments and start writing music beyond just playing it. And the song originally, as you said, it was written, this particular song, Solidarity, was written by angelic upstarts in support of Solidarity movement in Poland, which was break away from Soviet bloc movement. Poland was in the avant-garde of that movement. And that they basically started the dissolvement of a communistic dictatorship of Eastern Bloc. And so that song was recorded for people on barricades in Gdansk, in Poland. And when I revisited that song, I just, I kind of applied it now to the struggle of Ukrainian people. And I met Bernard years ago on the festivals playing together with New Order, and when I met him again at Carnegie Hall at Tibet House, which is this kind of great annual tradition and hang where people fly from all over the world, and it's directed by Philip Glass and Laurie Anderson and Patti Smith. It really brings people who give a damn together. And so I told Bernard that we're about to do this song and asked him to chime in. And damn, did he chime in. First, he sent in vocals. Then he sent in synth parts. Then he said, listen, I would like to mix it, actually. And I was like, well, Jesus, let me think.
You probably didn't have to think too long, though.
Yeah. So then he mixed it. And by bringing up that synth sensibilities, like synth, proto-punk, proto-techno sensibilities, it just naturally sent me into this idea that, techno music was very important for Gogol Bordello from the get-go. That's another buried part of the story, is that, people go to Gogol Bordello show and kind of lose themselves in this trance. And if you just film the crowd, it looks like a rave, So, and why is that? Is because I went to great many raves as when I was, especially, I used to close to Montreal, where techno really evolved. And then came from Detroit, of course, went to Montreal, then it went to Berlin. I don't know why people don't know that. As if was born in Berlin. That's not true. And so I was really embraced that culture and its maniacal energy. And so Gogol Bordello, that beat, the relentlessness of the beat comes straight up from techno. So I kind of wanted to bring up all those elements. And it came, this collaboration with Bernard Sumner was a gateway track basically into that. Very meaningful collaboration, and musically it's just, hey, let's tell the story of Gogol Bordello, and it's kind of in its entirety, bring the electronics, because we've been doing it for years. It's always been there, It's kind of a more full picture, panoramic vision of Gogol Bordello on this record, yeah.
Just when you think you heard it all and saw it all right through, and it feels like suicide, the only honest thing to do, and you shake out your coattail and you tilt the holy grail in such an angle, such a way that life is possible again. Life is possible again. And you shake out your coattail and you tilt the holy grail in such an angle, such a way that life is possible again. Life is possible again. Life is possible again. Life is possible again. Oh yeah. The faster the better, you start all over. The better the sooner you cut right through. But how can you think now ever be joyous after what happened? But the hope just won't be that you. For a life of a lie, you crack to tomorrow. It wants to cut through you, just let it in. And you shake out your coattail and you tilt the holy grail at such an angle, such a way that life is possible again. Life is possible again. Yeah. And you shake out your coattail and you tilt the holy grail in such an angle, such a way that life is possible again. Life is possible again. Life is possible again. Life is possible again. Yeah. And you shake out your coattail and you tilt the holy grail in such a way it's beyond the grave, and life is possible again. Yes, life is possible again. My life is possible again. Our life is possible again. Life is possible again.
Pedro had that electronic lemonade stand.
Yeah, totally.
For a while there.
Yeah. We've always been collaborating with some electronics during life, and this time around, it was very awesome to mix in these electronic sounds more vividly. And when Eugene proposed to us the song, he presented the song to us, immediately we started flying. Yeah, it started flying away.
Yeah, and mostly I'm playing accordion, but it's been really awesome to explore the synth side of things and really feature that, especially in the live show. Mm-hmm. And as you can see in the album, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful because it's two sides of a coin for me, especially as an artist and a musician. The accordion is very important, but also having this other element, it really makes me feel whole as a musician to be able to do all of that. And, it just sounds awesome and bumping in the live show too. So.
Yeah. And Sergey, I'm curious as to how, that maybe as kind of gone along with your playing and the
Yes.
violin. Yeah.
I'm going a little bit opposite way, as well as like upside down. So I play an electric violin, but I try to find real acoustic sound for violin. This makes mix like very interesting into the band, like real acoustic violin sound, and try to do it like wider and deeper, you know.
Yeah.
So on a electric violin.
Excellent. So when it was, kind of this inspiration to kind of explore this space and explore the sound, did you kind of specifically seek out a producer that would help bring that out? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a very essential part of this puzzle, is that to make that happen, we called certain somebody named Nick Launay.
Okay. And for anyone who doesn't know, could you kind of give a little background?
Whoever
Yeah.
doesn't know, then
Needs to know.
They're hopelessly lost.
Let's help them
There's
get
no
found.
there's no hope for them. They have to stop listening to music altogether. Nick Launay is a very well-known music producer, and in fact, he's one of my favorite producers of all times. And if in my record collection, probably every third, fourth record is produced by Nick Launay. It's starting with PIL with John Lydon, who you have hanging on the wall over there, who kind of started him off with kind of giving him freedom to really be experimental, sonic, teenager essentially back then still. And so Nick then, kind of really got busy with Gang of Four and Killing Joke and Midnight Oil and Nick Cave. He distilled that idea in a lot of ways by, just creating the meat and potatoes of that genre, of the droning, big sounding drums, gated drums. We had a blast in the studio, and of course he also works in a partnership with Adam Greenspan. They made a lot of the records I mentioned together. Adam is also very quintessential to this process. I mean, their stamina together and our stamina, we were like, Olympic team. The times are changing, when are they not? The person you were, you already forgot. But like a bird on my shoulder, it's a promise of a remedy. Count on me like you count to three, and your melody to get us through the morning, and send out a warning for all of them to see. All eyes are set so high in the sky, everybody watching that milk upon a fire to clock the boiling point now, like never before. Oh, eyes are set so high in the sky, but everybody talking like they are on a wire. Oh, well, that's the way of New World. Cats are in the water, fish are in the sand, cutting up and pasting the foreign land. But like a bird on my shoulder, that's a promise of a remedy. Count on me like you count to three, and your melody to get us through the morning, and send out a warning for all of them to see. You tell me how we missed that boiling point. I tell you that will pay all. So eyes are set so high in the sky, everybody watching the milk upon the fire to clock the boiling point now, like never before. Oh, eyes are set so high in the sky, but everybody talking like they are on a wire. Oh, and that's the way of New World. changing, when are they not? The person you were, you already forgot. But like a bird on my shoulder lands a promise of a remedy. So count on me like you count to three, and your melody to get us through the morning, and send out a warning for all of us to see. All eyes are set so high in the sky, everybody watching the milk upon a pie. At the clock, the boiling point now, like never before. Eyes are set so high in the sky, but everybody talking like they are on a wire. And that's the way of new world. Everybody watching the milk upon the pie. At the clock, the boiling point now, like never before. Eyes are set so high in the sky, everybody talking like they are on a wire. That's the way of new world.
Gogol Bordello in the studio of The Current. Again, we mean it, man. It is out, and go and take a listen. All right, you are listening to The Current, and if you enjoyed this video, enjoyed the performance today, make sure to subscribe to The Current's YouTube channel, smash those likes, as they say, and visit thecurrent.org for more events like this one.
Go out with a boom. Boom! Thank you.
All right. I think we got you.
Wicked.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
now, where is the mini bar?
Yeah.
I know where it is. I'll get it. That's beautiful. There we go.
Cool.
It's either this or. Okay.
Okay. You want me
I mean, that's pretty hip.
Okay.